You know what, I like to think about Remake all the time, yeah? Remake is right round the corner, yeah? What, it comes out in 3 days. 3 days, yeah? Comes out in 3 days' time, which is not long at all, right? Okay, DLC. All right, and many of us are sitting here hoping for some rumors, hoping for some teasers, maybe a little bit of the tickle of the testicular area, of getting something juicy. Not that kind of juicy, just for record, but getting something juicy for FF7 Remake Part 2 at the end of Remake Intermission, alright? So, you know, I like to follow many things Final Fantasy related. I think this is a little tease of something, alright? Because, spoiler alert, if you've not played FF7 Remake, this is your warning now. That's a warning noise. I'm gonna dive into FF7 Part 1 Remake spoilers, okay? Now...
Where have you been?
Exactly. The end of Remake didn't end how we probably thought it would end. I don't think anybody could have predicted how Remake was going to end. Not one single person could have predicted how Remake was going to end. Everyone, myself included, probably thought, oh yeah, we'll probably end with the Moto Ball, maybe a wee battle against something Sephiroth related, and we'll move on with our lives. We fight the Moto Ball boss, we head on to the end of Remake, and then we have to cross Destiny's roads, and Aerith is saying some cryptic shit, and Sephiroth is saying some cryptic shit. I think they're doing something. But anyway, alright. And then, you know, we pass through, we fight the Kingdom Hearts boss, as I like to call it, the big giant heartless dude. And then there's those 3 whispers, the arbiters of fate, that you have to fight as well. Alright? And many people are speculating, all right, up and like, whether it's true or not, nobody knows. Many people are speculating that the 3 arbiters of fate that you have to fight could represent one or two things. One, it could represent maybe the future gang, Cloud, Sephiroth. Oh, Sephiroth's not part of the gang, sorry. Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith. No, Cloud, Tifa, Aerith. Cloud, Tifa, and Barret, those 3. Though other people think, myself included, that because this whole jumble timeline is mixed together in some way, because this is actually a sequel to Remake, not a remake of Remake, yeah? Of the OG. This is a sequel and a compilation, as it clearly states in the trailer for Ever Crisis, I think it is, the mobile game, you know? This is the events of Ever Crisis, the mobile game that combines OG, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, and Advent Children all into one playable experience. This is the events leading into FF7 Remake, because it is a sequel. Which brings us to Advent Children. Alright? A lot of people speculated that those 3 arbiters of fate could represent Kadaj and the gang. Yeah? Okay. We've now name dropped Kadaj. Alright? Now we head on over to Le Computer of computers, all right? And we go to the Final Fantasy VII Remake Twitter, all right? And again, this is where you probably say, Ben, you know what? You're thinking too much into it. And I probably am, but still, all right? Something is just there telling me that, Let's head on over to the screen when I find the screen. Here it is, all right? All right, cool. This is the FF7 Remake Twitter thing, all right? As we scroll down, all right, we see here a retweet from the Dissidia Final Fantasy page for the release of Kadaj. All right, yeah, coming into Dissidia Final Fantasy. And you probably think, yeah, Ben, it's a Final Fantasy page. Of course they're going to tweet about when things come out, or you know, to help drive, you know, if it's a paid. I don't know if Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia is a pay-to-play kind of, a free-to-play with pay-to-play mechanics. I have no idea because I've not played it. I have downloaded it to play, just for the record, but I have no idea. And the developers have said that with this remake project, they can now expand on things they wanted to include in the original game. Alright? Back to this point here now, yeah, that they have retweeted the Kadaj thing. It could mean nothing. But I scrolled through this Twitter timeline, yeah, all the way dating back. And I scrolled all the way back till about, I think it was February, okay? All right? And they have tweeted FF7 Remake has tweeted literally everything you could think of. Retweeted, tweeted, quote tweeted, and so on and so forth. And then I thought, oh, well, let me load up the Dissidia Final Fantasy page, all right? And let's see, have we had any releases? Okay, we've got Kadaj, all right? They've retweeted that. Okay. And I was scrolling down some more, and I'm like, anyone else coming out that maybe they might want to promote, you know, because it's a Final Fantasy page. There's plenty of content that's coming out. You know, even a Moogle release, I think I'm coming up in a minute. There, we've got a Moogle release, you know. Yeah, it's from Final Fantasy VI, so they might not want to promote that at all, yeah? No, probably not. But there's so many releases in here that they've not actually, you know, promoted. Even an Aerith one. There's an Aerith one somewhere here when I was scrolling. Something to do with Aerith and something new about Aerith coming to the game. Which the remake page never retweeted. Never even made reference to. At all. The last reference they made to this page, and trust me, there are plenty of Final Fantasy VII stuff as I'm scrolling down through here. Alright? Including Aerith, Yuffie, It's giggity this here, alright? February the 16th, okay? The release of Vincent Valentine into the game of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, the Turk version. Look, you may be watching this now, or you may be watching this later on YouTube when I post it on there. You may be thinking, Ben, you're pulling at strings for no reason. I may be pulling at strings for no reason, but I don't know anything else because Square Enix aren't telling me anything. So I'm just trying to make things, all right? I'm trying to make things happen. So as I rushily, is that even a word? It probably isn't. Right, okay. Oh, let me close down my dashboard, leave that open. Goodbye. Right, let me just keep scrolling. I'm going to keep scrolling, all right? They've promoted many things, all right? I'm going to keep scrolling. Down. Come on. I mean, bam! There you go. That was the last time they retweeted anything from the Dissidia Final Fantasy page. But it's talking about Vincent Valentine in his younger days as a member of the Turks. All right? Which is involved in the Final Fantasy VII compilation. Am I overthinking things, people? I could be. Until I then watched the trailer for Kadaj's release. Alright. And then I watched the little wee trailer that they released. And again, I'm probably making nothing. Alright? I'm just making things to try and make sense in my own head. So, you know, Kadaj, you know, he wants to be reunited with Mother and all this lot, and he's after the Genova cells and so on and so forth. And then he gets the Genova cells from Rufus, after Rufus, you know, jumps out of his chair and goes bang, and the cells go and he's like, Mother, and he jumps and then cradles the box and then goes down and then lands and he's actually Sephiroth. And then Cloud's like, ugh! And he's like, nice to meet you, Cloud. I'm like, oh my god. And then they have the epic confrontation. So Kadaj and Sephiroth don't really cross paths. Really? Like, you know, he becomes them. And then once Cloud beats Sephiroth, again.
Like a lava, and he has classes. Lava, pupil.
Yeah. So, but in this, he actually comes across Sephiroth and is confused to where he is. I don't know how loud this is going to be. Reunion. Oh, that's quite loud. My reunion. My reunion.
Don't.
Where am I? So he's woke up somewhere and he's saying, where am I? And who's behind him? Sethy boy! That presence! You're Sephiroth! What are you doing here? What happens to me when you... When you what? Huh? When you what?
Sephiroth.
When you what? When you what? Finish your sentence! He doesn't finish his sentence. When you what? What does he know? What? Would you look? It's right there. Look, there's something here, guys. I don't care. That presence. You're Sephiroth. What are you doing here? What happens to me when you? I know you, Cloud. I'm not Cloud. Damn it, I'm Kadaj. Oh, okay, Cloud. This world allows such trivial existences. Ooh. Why do you look so smug? Answer my question. Where's Mother? If you know where she is, take me to her. She'll acknowledge me. He thinks he's Roman Reigns all of a sudden, but she'll acknowledge me. Even if you're here. But he's not there. In the Advent Children timeline, he's actually not there. Alright? They don't officially cross paths. And I get it. And I have no idea if this little interaction here is gonna play any kind of part in Remake. Like, they can literally take Remake anywhere they want to. Anywhere they want to. Legitimately anywhere they want to. And I can't help but think that this is something. Alright? Like, I really can't help but think. Like, the FF7 Remake page, yeah, it's for FF7. But they promote each other, alright? These Twitter pages all promote each other because it's all under, again, the Square Enix umbrella. So they all share each other's stuff, okay? They all share each other's stuff, which I'm cool with. But the fact that they've not really shared anything between Kadaj and then Vincent in Turk form, alright? Which is a part of the whole Final Fantasy compilation. And then this mini interaction we've got here with him and Sephiroth. You know? And it's this bit here. What are you doing here? What happens to me when you die? When you take over the world? When you stab Aerith? I don't know. When what? Anything.
Dance. When you dance?
Yeah, when you dance. When you go to the Money Be In and you do the party scene, you dance, what happens then? Yeah, do I have to join in too? Kadaj just saying? Like, I can't help but feel like this is very extreme, subtle hints. And I mean, stupidly subtle hints. These kind of hints that you have to dig deep into the interwebs to find. Alright? The comments are open, discuss away, but don't hate on me for having an opinion, just for record, because I know how bad this FF7 community can get sometimes. So don't hate on me for having a wee idea, trying to make something, because at the moment, until Intergrade comes out, and potentially we get something from Intergrade, because we're all sat here hoping for just a teeny teaser of something to do with Part 2 Remake. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. Head over to my Twitch, because as of Saturday, we will be streaming Remake DLC, Intergrade, the intermission DLC, and then doing an entire playthrough of FF7 Remake of normal mode, and then another one of hard mode, and then we will eventually move on to challenges as well, and with different runs that we're going to do with Remake, and other stuff to come as part of the Seventh Heaven gaming brand that we are doing as well, which you should really look forward to. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!